Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hope you all must be doing absolutely fine. स्वागत है आप लोगों का इस चैनल में माई ट्रैवल टेल्स। Philae Temple, Philae Temple. Ticket prices are $190 for a visitor and student 90. बोट में फिले टेम्पल को जाते हुए ये आगे देख सकते हैं आप, दिखने लगा है फिले टेम्पल। واحد وانا همسك الارض وانا بشتغل وانا هجيب العربيات وانا كل ربنا يوفقنا. بس طبعا الدنيا بس فانا يعني ايه تطلع كده مثلا في السنه هاخدها خالص. The name of that one?
What?
Name of the
Scalé.
Scalé?
Scalé. Welcome to Philae Temple. Philae, it's one of the amazing temples in Egypt. And Philae, this is the name which is given to the temple by the Greek. Philae, it's meaning lover. Like Philadelphia, meaning the city of probably Lauderdale. And the Greek, they give this name to this island because they fall in love in this site. The ancient Egyptian name, it's called Bilak. And Bilak, it's hieroglyphic word which is meaning the border or the end. Because this island was the border or the end of Egypt during the ancient Egyptian time. After that was the Nubian land as we just know. You visit several temples before that one, so in general you know that the temples consist of from 4 major parts or 4 main elements. The first part which you are standing in, this is the open courtyard.
Open courtyard, right.
The second part which is direct in front, this is the gates or the pylon. The third part is hypostyle hall, the last one the holy of the holies. The open courtyard which you are standing in, this one actually is built during a Roman emperor. His name is Tiberius. Tiberius or Tiberius, he ruled roughly about 30 AD. He built 31 pillars to the left hand side, 16 pillars to the right side. What's the difference between the left and the right? What you can see in the left side and it's not on the right side.
The design too.
Exactly. The hieroglyphic, the scenes. When you just look carefully to the left hand side, all of this part was decorated with offering scenes, offering relief representing the pharaoh, giving the gift, or the Roman emperor at the Egyptian pharaoh, giving the gift to the Egyptian god and goddesses. The pillar is decorated, even the capital of the pillar decorated too. But to the right side, they just decorate the first 6 capitals. The rest of them, they are not the pillar and the wall, there is nothing. Why? Because the Roman emperor, he was assassinated by his son, Caligula. The boy killed his dad so he can get the throne and to rule the Roman Empire. So the worker stopped and nobody completed until now, as we can observe. The second part, which is just direct in front of us, this is the gate or the pylon built by Ptolemy number 12. In our history, we had 14 kings had the name of Ptolemy, which we called it the Greek family or the Greek ruling. The Greek ruled us for about 300 years. We had 14 kings famous or known by King Ptolemy, and we have 7 queens, very famous name Cleopatra. Yeah, we have 7 queens had the name of Cleopatra. The last one who is very famous. This is her father who built the gate in front of us. Cleopatra is the 7th father, Ptolemy number 12. He represented himself in the top, giving the gift to Horus. Horus, the falcon-shaped god, the god of protection who take the responsibility for the sky too. Next to him, his aunt goddess Nephthys. After that, the pharaoh wearing the upper crown above his head, what we called it the white crown or the southern crown. In front of Isis, the main goddess here, the goddess of magic and happiness. Next to her, her son Herbocrat. Same level, but to the left hand side, the pharaoh in front of Osiris. Osiris, the god of the death, the god of the underworld. Next to him, his wife Isis. After that, the pharaoh above his head this time, this is the lower crown of Egypt, the northern crown, in front of Isis and her son Horus. So from one side, the pharaoh put the lower crown, from the other side, he got the upper crown to referring for united between north and south. The lower part, as we can observe to the left hand side, the pharaoh grazing a big number of enemies, controlling them by his hand to show his strength and his ability against his enemy, and he gave the glory to Isis. To the right side, next to the gate, we can see Isis. Next to her, her son Horus. Next to Horus, his wife Hathor, the goddess of love, the goddess of beauty, the goddess of the motherhood. In front of the entrance, we have 2 lions to represent the pharaoh's power and his strength too. The face is defaced by the child. So what about this?
Who defaced the face?
Time.
Time.
Yes.
Okay.
Archaeologists doing, they make restorations, they're cleaning the dust from the carving. However, here actually we are in front of the second gate, and this part was built by Ptolemy number 8, the grandfather of Ptolemy number 12. Ptolemy number 12, the grandson. Direct in front of us, almost the same scenes, the same carving. The only different it will be in the pharaoh's name, the cartouche. You know the
Okay.
cartouche.
Yeah, cartoons, yeah.
Over there, this will be the pharaoh in front of the Horus and his arms, and the pharaoh in front of the three main gods. We call them the creator of the temple, Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Lower part, the pharaoh in front of Horus and his wife Hathor. The same carving almost repeated to the left hand side. Behind of me, this part, which we called it Mamisi, this part was added in the Greek Roman temples. Komombo temple, which you visit, Edfu temple, which of course you visit too. This one, these temples, we call it Greek Roman temples. Why? Because this one actually would, it's just built recently, between the 3rd century BC to the 1st century AD.
Okay.
And during the time we add this element which is next to you, Ma, it's a word which is meaning place, Mezi which is meaning earth, so together it will be earth place. And over here actually this part was added later in the Greek Roman temple as a symbol for the new king, the Greek king having a new reborn from goddess Hathor. Her face which is decorated the pillar to representing that the goddess adopting him as his son, and by this way they can rule in Egypt as a pharaohs, because you know we call the pharaohs sons of gods, and the Greeks in general they are not Egyptians, so they wanted to show themselves they have a new reborn, they have a symbol reborn, like a new reborn from Egyptian gods, and by this way they succeeded to rule Egypt for 300 years as a pharaohs. Okay.
Christian crosses here. They made it later.
And over here we can see a lot of graffitis, names by dates. So this is to show how the temple was protected. Nobody gave attention, anybody can come, he can write, and you can do what you want. Over here, this part, the third part of the temple, you saw many of this before, the hypostyle hall, the greatest one, as you remember in Karnak Temple. This one is very simple, very small, consists of from 10 pillars, but at least here you can see the beauty of the capitals. When you look carefully, you can see the flowers and the trees, how it look like. One of them is palm, lotus, jasmine, tulip, papyrus, mix of them. So this is to show like you are moving between a garden. Over here, this part actually, as we can observe, there are several crosses around of us. And over here, we can see this an altar. This is happened actually during the Roman persecution against the Christianity. In the 2nd century AD, this was a very famous Roman emperor, his name is Nero. He hates the Christian, he targeted them. And how he knows these people is Christian when they go to pray in the churches. He attacked the church, he killed everybody inside, he burned it in the air. Some of the Egyptian Christians, they started to think how they can hide from the Roman persecutions. So they came to this spot, they removed the carving from the sector, they put an altar over here, and they used this part as an altar or sanctuary, the rest of it as a church, and they left for us some of the Coptic graffitis, which represent or which is referring for this part of the time. And as we know that the Coptic is the last level of the hieroglyphic as a default. Actually is for all of them, and now we can observe this is Ptolemy the Pharaoh. And in front, Ptolemy number 8, Ptolemy number 12. The first part of the Roman Empire. So this is meaning that the oldest part is this part. The first part, which always called in any temple, in the Holy of the Holies. It's like when you are moving from outside to inside, like you are traveling this road of time, you're passing or you're moving to the old part. Offering a table here is supposed to be a stable to put the statue pieces of the statue of the stone of Chabagon. There is a lot of local stories about some they said it's stolen, some they said it's still hide, and they're looking for it, you know, this kind of stuff. In front of us we can see here Ptolemy number 3, and this is his cartouche. He giving the gift of lotus of papyrus to God Osiris, and next to him his wife Isis. Gifting him with her 2 wings. The most important carving will be this one over here in front. In the top this is Ptolemy III giving the gift to goddess Isis, and we can see Isis that she's breastfeeding a baby. This baby is the pharaoh's son, the pharaoh's boy who will rule Egypt in the future. adopting him as her boy, so again in the future he can rule as the son of the gods. But we can see that she's still breastfeeding him. And here he is like a teenager, like a young boy. So here actually the message that they wanted to use in this kind of advertisement of the goddess, she still giving a good care to the pharaoh's boy. She gave him her knowledge, her power, her wise. She supported him wherever he is or he went. Her face taken by the man who discovered the temple in the beginning.
Who destroyed the face?
The man who discovered the temple is in front of us over here. These rooms, of course, you saw many of them in Idfu. Yeah. And the rooms, as you remember, is used by the priests. Exactly. To store to keep the stuff inside. Some of them be used by the pharaohs themselves, by the priests themselves to sleep or to stay. 120 roughly AD. Trajan is a Roman emperor. He came to Egypt. He fell in love in this culture. He looking to be immortals like pharaohs, so he decided to build the Sparta. But the problem he was died before the Sparta was finished. From this we can observe that a part is smooth, the other part is not, and you can see that the stones is not carving yet until nowadays. I don't know if it will be a surprise for you or not, but this part actually of the whole island, or sorry, the whole temple is moved to the original island. Where is the original island? Is over there. Can you see the iron of the sticks on the water?
Yeah.
So this is the original island. This is actually is Philae Island, and this is Philae Temple goes above like this. 1902 we built the old dam, which we just saw. You remember the old dam? When we built the old dam, the temple is covered by the water and nature had been taken because during this time we were already conquered or controlled by the British. After 1971, when we moved the other temples, when we built the high dam, the Egyptians, they decided to move this temple from the original site. They built a double steel dam around the whole temple, and then they put in between sand to separate it, and then they bombed the water out. They found the temple covered by mud, which means see the spots of the black spot. This is the level of the mud during this time. We cleaned the mud, and then they dismantling the temple to 40,000 pieces.
Like this,
Yes. 40,000 pieces. Each piece given a serial number, and we choose the Jellica, this island, because it's originally next to the original site and it's higher. And we collect all the pieces over here, and we started to rebuild them again. And we put cement in between to strengthen the foundation. So the some part was totally damaged, so we injected by cement too. So you are welcome in Philae Temple above the Jellica Islands. If you don't mind to be closer here. If you being closer, you can read the number.
Oh, this one?
Yes, you can read the number.
Right.
This is an example. We took most of them out, but we left some of them as a memory for the new generations in the future, how we succeeded to save the temple. And we left some iron over there too, to referring for the original location.
Okay.
ये नंबर देखिए, जब इस टेम्पल को वहाँ से देख रहे हो मार्क्स अभी भी हैं फिले आइलैंड में, वहाँ से पीसेस में काट कर यहाँ लाया गया था, तो सबको नंबर किया गया था। ये देखिए नंबर, दिस इज़ 1 नंबर। तो कुछ नंबर अभी भी छोड़ दिए हैं। देखिए किस तरह पीसेस में काट के यहाँ पे लाया गया था इसे, ताकि हम और आप देख सकें इसे। ब्यूटीफुल। अगर आपको मेरे व्लॉग्स पसंद आए तो वीडियोस को लाइक एंड शेयर करना मत भूलिएगा, और मेरे मोटिवेशन के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करिएगा, ताकि मेरी हौसला अफजाई होती रहे और मैं ऐसे ही ढेरों वीडियोस आपके लिए बनाता रहूँ। सो सी यू इन नेक्स्ट। शुक्रिया। सालों तक वहाँ डूबा हुआ था ये टेम्पल। अगर आप गूगल करेंगे तो देख सकते हैं किस तरह से रिस्टोर किया गया। डबल बाउंड्री बनाकर वाटर को सुखाकर पीसेस में काट कर यहाँ लाया गया था और फिर असेंबल किया गया था।